All right. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Monday night. Welcome to Team Up. I'm so glad to have you here tonight. Um, we've got a special guest, and I'm excited to hear his story and what he has to share. Some of you have been a part of this organization for years and years. You know that we've been coming together for 28 years, every single Monday night. First, it was on a conference call line, then it was, more sophistication with Zoom. But every night we've come together, and I think that's why we're such a strong, strong family in the Team Up organization. That's why everybody just loves and supports each other so much, cross sidelines. It's just such a pleasure to be with you tonight. All right. All right. Well, tonight we have a very, very special guest. His name is Steve Millman. I know all the national marketing directors know him. And if you were at the conference, where were we? Indianapolis. Steve was front and center on stage. So Steve comes to us from Canada. All right, he's got a fabulous history with Juice Plus, and I'm going to have him share that. I don't want to take that from you because that's such a story. 25 years with Juice Plus, but we've kind of pulled him across the border, okay, into the US, and now his title is Head of North American Sales and Field Relationships. But what Steve says, he kind of breaks it down. He said, really, his job is to serve, support, and report to us. All right. So, Steve, before we get into why this is, as Travis said, the season for growth, tell us about who you are. How did you, 25 years with Juice Plus? That's amazing. Congratulations. How did that start?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, it'll be 28 this July. So as long as this call's been happening, which is amazing. Congratulations on a successful long call. I mean, that's incredible to gather for that many consistent Monday nights. It is awesome. Yeah, so I'll be 28 years next month. I started, let me back up. I was born and raised in Newfoundland. This is important because it's how it leads to today. So I was born and raised on the east coast of Canada at a place called Newfoundland. For those of you who don't know where it is, I say this all the time, and I don't know if it's okay. It's where the Titanic sank. It's this big granite rock out in the middle of the North Atlantic. That's where I was born and raised. And when I graduated from school, the economy collapsed out there. So it was predominantly a fishing economy growing up. And the economy collapsed. And right when I was supposed to be figuring out what I was going to do with my life, the unemployment rate skyrocketed, and I decided I need to take some time to figure out what I'm going to do. So I jumped on a plane and left and flew up to Toronto, Ontario, to spend the summer with my sister. And it was the best trip of my entire life. Came up here trying to figure out what I was going to do. She has already been working with the Juice Plus company, so she'll celebrate, I think it's 33 or 34 years this October. And so I went to work with her one day, dropping resumes off in the area where Juice Plus Canada's headquarters are. But towards the end of the day, I went back to the warehouse and was kind of just chilling out, waiting for my sister to finish up her day, and we would head home. And the president of the company at the time, a guy by the name of Paul Stewart, one of my first mentors, came into the warehouse, asked me who I was, what I was doing there, and then said, "Would you like to come to work with us for the rest of the week?" And I thought, perfect, this is amazing. Yes, I'd love to. So my first job with Juice Plus was sticking AM/PM stickers on the tops of the fruit and veggie balls. I don't know, for those of you who've been around for a while, we used to put an AM sticker on the fruit, the PM sticker on the veg to make sure that's when people took them. Until we had a conference where we launched Just Take It. But that was my first job. And from there, started shipping and receiving and working in the warehouse. And after a few weeks, they offered me a full-time job. And I said yes, because I was starting to absolutely fall in love with the company. I had no idea what you guys did as partners at that point. Just knew that the culture there was something I wanted to be a part of. It was a great group of people to be around. Come to learn, years later, Jay Martin's way of building business and establishing a culture was alive, and is still alive and well in all our offices. But it certainly was alive and well in Juice Plus Canada. And I just loved going to work, and I thought, this is amazing. After that, they offered me a full-time job, and I started to go back to school for accounting. And I was studying to be an accountant, and a position opened up in the accounting department. So I moved from the warehouse to the accounting department, did that for about a year and a half. And then I realized it wasn't my thing. I was like, this is not where I want to be. And I jokingly say, for the betterment of the company, we figured out something else for me to do. But it was at that point where it's like, this isn't it. And at that point, Sean Hopkins, many of you know Sean. Sean was leaving Juice Plus Canada to move to the States, where he, would go on to do many different incredible things and great roles and responsibilities there. And that created an opportunity for me to jump up into customer support and partner support. And so I did that. And that's when my love for this company and my love for what we do as a mission went to a whole new level, because I got an opportunity to connect with people like yourselves. And so I was spending my day on the phones. I eventually got into a business partner program. And that was the moment where I was like, I never want to leave this place, because I was hearing such incredible stories. I share this story quite often because it's one that moved me and really just anchored me into what all of you do and how important our mission is. And I was on the phone, business partner call, and got a lady on the phone, and she told me she had her best Juice Plus month ever. I was like, oh, amazing. So I looked her up in our system, and she said she just had her best Juice Plus check. And I looked it up, and it was $400 and something. I don't remember the exact amount. It was $400. And I had looked up other people's checks, and realized what the potential was, but realized there was a spectrum, and went, okay, and asked her, wow, that, congratulations. What's that, why's that got you so excited? And this was the moment when I was like, I want to be anchored into what all of you do, because her answer was, this $400 could very well save my marriage. And it was like a whoa moment. She said, I'm a busy mom. We got 5 kids. I run a farm. We have a very busy farm. And this $400 is going to allow me and my husband to get somebody to help us, get a babysitter in here and help take care of our kids so we can go back and work on us. And it was in that moment I went, oh my gosh, this is huge. The impact, the stories that you guys share, the people who come and join this community, you never know where they are, and you never know how, what we're all doing collectively, but most importantly, what you are doing is changing someone's life. And it was in that moment I was like, I want to learn more about this. And I was fortunate enough that Danny Gwaltney and Elton DeBose and Doug R. Scott and Ron Watkins and all these amazing people took me under their wing and mentored me and just wanted to help me. So I was able to jump on planes and start connecting more and more with partners like yourselves. And it just blossomed from there. Eventually became sales manager for Canada, on to vice president, and then became president for the last couple of years, until Travis Garza joined. And then things shifted for me again in a very positive way. But yeah, that's how the story goes up until now, and I'm more excited now than ever about where we are.
Oh my gosh. Well, see, that excites me. See, I told you guys, it's just a great story. And so thank you. And thank you for sharing about, what your aha moment was when that woman, her $400 check saved her marriage. I mean, I just was watching the faces of the people on the call and go, oh my gosh, that is so big. What we have is so big. All right.
Mhm.
So on the leadership call, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, Travis said it's the season to grow. And you're representing now. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I'll let you start. But, we've got Luminate, we've got Phoenix, we've got, I've been told exciting things in marketing coming down. The summer, my big thing, the family health study and a new campaign that's coming in July, a summer campaign, all of these things, U+2, and our Abby today was recognized for U+2. My Vanna White at the controls there. So take it away. I mean, jump in, talk
Yeah,
to me about everything.
let me try my best to tie it all together, because when I said a second ago, and then Travis Garza joined. It was about this time last year. Travis joined us. I think it was around about June, July. I think it was July. I met him in July. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to Chicago for that once in a lifetime trip, and there for the first time got to meet Travis, and was incredibly blown away, surprised, and feeling just extra excited about where we were going. And I came home and talked to my wife about that, and my wife's name is Bobby, and I was like, Bobby, like something about this guy that I'm liking, and couldn't quite put my word on it. And this isn't to say previous leaders or any leaders of any company or any which way, but like sometimes people cast vision and you're like, okay, cool. when Travis was casting vision, there was something about it that I was like, this is special. And I quickly, I was like, I want to get to know him better, and I want to get to spend time with him. And then the pace at which Travis was taking his vision and turning it into action. Travis is an action guy. And I was like, this is what we need. This is exciting. And it had me all fired up. And evidence of that was the kind of the icing on the cake at how fast we were going to start to shift in the right direction and speak to all the things, Terry, what you just shared about was Luminate was a concept, just was a thought heading in towards the end of the summer into the fall. And it went from thought to concept to a product we're all consuming in what, 6 months and loving. And I went, okay, this is huge. And then I said to Bobby again, I'm like, I want to be even closer to this. And she said, well, you're president of Juice Plus Canada. You're not satisfied? It's like, it's got nothing to do with satisfaction. It's like, I want to go be a part of this. I don't want to be on the sidelines. I want to go play my part and support all the partners out there, because we're on the edge of a huge growth curve. This is going to be massive. And we felt it in Indianapolis. We felt a shift. And I don't know if it's, shaking the cobwebs off of everything we've all been through as a society and as a group and as a community over the last bunch of years, like all that, getting all that off of us. But we've got a lot going on, and it's coming at us at an incredible pace, and it is going to shift us in a direction this is the start of our next major growth curve. And so we talk about Luminate. We talk about digital transformation happening, frictionless. That's the words I like to use. And when I say it, every time I say it, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like, and I know, you all feel that, like it's, oh my goodness, imagine when we're frictionless. And imagine when the technology is at a place where we're able to add options and it becomes so user-friendly and so customer-friendly and efficient. And that just excites me. So we've got that going on. And then we've got Gina Gura, who came and joined us. And so some of you got an opportunity to meet Gina on stage in Indianapolis, and perhaps you've had some conversations with her. I'm going to spend some time with her this week. But just bringing a whole new level in terms of our brand awareness, and our messaging, and just taking our relevance to the next level, because I'm sure you guys feel it and experience it. Being relevant today, it's a very noisy environment out there. It's a very noisy economy out there. And to be relevant in the e-commerce space, you've got to shift and grow. And we've got someone in Gina and the people she's surrounding herself with who are going to elevate our game there. And so we're going to be relevant in social media. We're going to be relevant in our brand messaging. And then what that means to you is, one of the other friction points I continue to hear back from partners is, I don't know what I can say or not say about Juice Plus. I don't know what I can say or not say with my story. And so we're going to build all that out as well. And so this huge movement around brand messaging and just becoming relevant, even more relevant than we are today, in all the different spaces where we can show up. And so we've got Luminate, we've got technology, and we've got amazing brand messaging coming. And all that's, that's why it's so important to get to Phoenix. Phoenix is kind of the next launching pad. I said when I was on stage in Indianapolis that this was a milestone moment, because it was the kickoff of what Travis's vision was. It was the kickoff of this coming to life. And this next convention in Phoenix is going to be where this just goes next level, where you're going to leave there with like, we've got what we need to march forward into this next growth curve together and go and create so much change in people's lives and have such an amazing impact. So excited about that. And to help us get there, we've got, this amazing campaign over the summer, which we're going to be launching coming up. And then we've got U+2 builds a crew, a great way to continue to drive activity and get people some partner wins. And $10 app continues, and 120 events, 120 days, which is actually approaching 1,000 events since we started this. I mean, we were all like, cool, 120 events. We'll probably beat that. We'll get close to 200, 250. That was what we were saying in our pre-meetings around it. And we're quickly approaching 1,000 events. Where again, we're taking the message out. You guys are doing such an amazing job of taking the message to the living rooms, to the places, to the spaces, to the neighbors, where we can create such impact on people's health, as well as introducing this business to create impact. So incredible momentum happening through the summer as we head into Phoenix, which has got us all fired up and excited too. Terry, I don't know if that answered what you asked me. I just,
Well, I
I
mean,
just got
you
going.
you have this amazing ability to take energy and it explodes. I mean, you shift energy. If anybody was like half asleep when they came to the call, they're not half asleep anymore. And I was wondering if maybe somebody might even have a question, but I want to share something really quick about Luminate.
Mm.
Um, my best friend, been a best friend of mine for 25 years. She's been on the trio guys for 25 years. Never delays it. 25 years. Asked her a dozen times, you want to partner with me? Oh, I could never do what you do. No, thank you. All right. Had lunch with her when I was in Texas the last time last month. I talked to her about the Luminate. She threw her credit card at me. I don't do a card, just send it to me. Well, she called me on Friday and she said, I know you're not going to believe this, but I want to sign up. I've got 7 people that are ready for Luminate.
Amazing.
25 years on the trio, no inclination to share at all. And now she's got 7 people ready to start Luminate.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is an incredible, I mean, I'm sure I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but it is an amazing product and it's an experiential product that you can take and go, oh, okay, I feel good. I feel different. I'm a, yeah, I'm a coffee. I have a coffee issue. I drink too much coffee. Always have, I make an espresso while I'm waiting for the coffee to percolate. And, what I noticed for me was I didn't even realize I was doing it because I was enjoying the taste of it. And it was a couple of Mondays after we got back from Indianapolis. And I was like, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't had coffee yet. I've had Illuminate in the morning and I had Illuminate after lunch. And then, so my coffee consumption is way down and I'm sleeping way better because because of all that, which is amazing. So I can see that. I can see how it's such a door opener, Terry, for people to come into our community again.
So exciting. Could you
Mhm.
kind of, when do you expect that it will be part of like an auto renewal available?
Yeah, so we just had this conversation today actually with our group with Travis of getting it on subscription or like on a auto ship as quickly as possible. So we're just kind of going through the motions of what needs to be done for that. So it's a top priority. I don't have a timeline back from the group yet, but we're making it a priority because we do need to get that on subscription. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a customer call me again. He's only on Luminate, and last
Mm,
night sent me the message. He goes, "How come it's not shown up again?" And I said, "Well, we're
right.
not on auto yet." I said,
Right.
I'll manually get it." Okay, so that's
Yeah.
happening out there. The other thing that I wanted to ask you is when are we going to hear a little more about the summer campaign for healthy starts for families?
Yes, so I would imagine by end of the week, I said I'm heading down to connect with Gina, and then we're going to work on some communication. They all already have it. We're just going to figure out how we communicate it all out. But we're going to do a summer campaign, back to school, heading into the fall, all of that, kicking off in July. So by end of week, we're going to make sure we've got some communication pieces headed out to everybody. And we're gonna have some fun with that too, do some recognition around that. And what I've been talking to Gina about as well is, making sure we're connecting the dots on all the other initiatives we've got. In other words, we don't want it to just feel like it's all these different things and what do I focus on, so we're going to spend some time communicating how you can use the Healthy Starts campaign to fuel the U+2 Builds a Group, how you can use Healthy Starts campaign to build into your 120 events, 120 days. And so we want to spend a little bit of time on communicating around that as well.
Okay, that's so much fun. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's going to be such a great summer campaign. If
Yeah.
you don't mind, I wanted to see if anybody had any questions they might want to ask Steve because he's here to serve us. Anybody want to unmute yourself and ask a question? Abby, go ahead.
Hi, Steve. Abby Nowlin. I'm posing as the second Terry Luongo tonight for the controls. But I just wanted to ask, I'm loving all of the campaigns I've seen since Travis has come on, this shift
Mhm.
with everything that has been provided to us from the corporate office in regards, to resources and excitement and momentum. And is this something that we're going to continue to see moving forward? Because I can see such a shift in partners and excitement and momentum.
Yes, it is. And so, one of the things, so Gina and I are both new, kind of new to this role together. She's new to the company, I'm new to the role. And one of the things we've talked about is making sure we've got a campaign calendar that everybody's aware of moving forward. And so we want to get a little less reactive and a little more proactive in sharing it with you so you know what to expect and how it all connects together. One of the things I believe is important to support you all as best we can is a conference to conference cadence is how that's how I always managed things when I was running Canada. It was like, what, we're heading into Phoenix. Here's what we know is going to happen in Phoenix. We all leave Phoenix with like, here's the campaigns, here's the call to action, here's the incentives and the initiatives and how it all connects together. So you leave and go, got it. And then this is going to build us into the next conference. And at that conference, these things are going to be recognized. So I know what I need to be after. And by the time we get to the next conference, we've already got the campaign built into the following fall conference. So a conference to conference cadence around campaigns and events and how we build into it is going to be the approach. So yes, it's going to continue and I hope it's going to get better.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. I'm so pleased to see this because nobody else does what we do in terms of providing free product to children. I mean, for years, I've just wanted to stand on the tallest mountain and scream, do you know what we do? I mean, how many millions of dollars have we given away to families, literally doing something to change the health of future generations, putting our money where our mouth is. I mean, that has to be blasted across the world. Nobody else has ever done or continues to do what we do with this. I'm so glad that this is our summer campaign and it's just going to continue to grow families, on our capsules and our chewables. That's so exciting. Thank you for that. Anybody else? Oh, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just going to say, think of the impact of Healthy Starts. You know what I mean? You start to think about what it has done for children's health in terms of less doctor's visits, more awareness of their health, less days missed at school. You start to, you're right, Terry. No, there's nothing else out there like that.
If we just broadcasted, the stats on social media, 71%, 69%, 82%, and you get it FREE.
Right.
Okay, I was part of the core group that Jay Martin had called me and 2 or 3 other national marketing directors, and that's where we birthed the idea of this program. Right. So it's really important to me. Anybody else have any questions for Steve? Don't be shy.
Hi, Steve, Sarah, how are you?
Hey, Sarah. Good, how are you?
Good, so good to meet you. Just a really quick question. I was on the Galaxies of the Tower Gardens call the other night, and I know how, Tower is going to be pulling away a little bit, which is nice. Is there any plans for branding around that and making more people aware of, Tower Gardens and just so much competition too out there?
Yeah, this is one of the nice things that by breaking Tower Garden away, it's going to give it some more resource and it's going to be able to give it some more time. And by doing things a little differently with Tower Garden, it's going to give it the resources, particularly the money resources it's going to need. So absolutely, you're going to be able to see campaigns around that. You're going to be able to see initiatives and incentives around that and things that we weren't able to do before, which was one of the primary reasons to shift it in a different direction from what we've all been accustomed to over the last 10 plus years with it. And so you will see a big shift in that direction in a positive way where this is what James has been screaming for a long time, like how do competition is growing out there, pun intended. And so what are we going to do to continue to create relevance and beat out our competitors in that environment? So you will definitely see that.
What a great move. Thank you, Sarah. Anybody else have a question or a comment?
This is Jerry Moran in North Carolina.
Hey,
thanks for being here tonight. I'm wondering, what is the projected date for Shopify going live?
Yeah, so we've got some dates in mind. We haven't announced them yet, and I've been told not to announce them yet. But we're real close. So I anticipate you're going to get some updates here pretty quick. I think what's stopping us, Jerry, if I'm being completely transparent from announcing anything, is this is getting put through like every possible test and resource. And we've got so many people and so much company resource making sure that it transitions nice and smoothly. With that, and with the back office side as well, with Exigo, which is the new back office. And our goal in this first wave is to make sure, as I just said a little bit ago, is frictionless. So phase one is like all the things that we want to just work really good, like good reporting and entering an application smoothly and entering a customer order smoothly, and the customer experience is smooth. And so all of that is in this first phase. And right now they are putting it through, like, I mean, there's guys working around the clock, guys and ladies working around the clock to make sure it transitions properly. So I think we're just hesitating on a date in case they're like, you know what, we need another week of testing, or we need to double check or triple check this last piece. But I can tell you we're on the doorstep.
We're real excited about that. And
Yeah,
thank
me
you
too.
for taking the right amount of time to do the right testing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, of course.
Do it well. All right, guys, I've got time for one more quick question because Steve's got to jump on another call. Anybody have a quick question for Steve or a comment? Tick, 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 tock. All right.
Just a comment to say thank you so much for being here and for all you're doing. And you know,
it's
we're
just awesome.
we're old timers, but we're more excited now than ever.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And if we haven't connected to everyone on the call, if we know each other but we haven't connected in a while, or perhaps we've passed each other at conference, whatever, or we don't know each other, please Voxer. Don't hesitate to Voxer me. Introduce yourself. Let's make a connection. Voxer, Facebook Messenger. Those are the two best ways. And those are my favorite ways because you can leave a voice note. I like voice. And so just send me a message, let me know, we can create a connection, because I want to foster relationships that we may have or build new ones. And so that I can do everything I can to support all of you on your journey. So please reach out if we haven't made a connection.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. And for all of you on the call, there is no Monday night call next week. It is 4th of July week. Enjoy your holiday, and we will be back right after the 4th of July. Peace and blessings, everybody. Know you matter. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Everybody.
much.